Okay, so we've just finished, haven't we, the UCWS programme, Understanding Confidence, Wellbeing and Success. How did you find the programme?
Yeah,
Hannah?
enjoyable. I think I was expecting something different.
In what respect?
I didn't expect it to be more like interactive. I thought it would be spoken at a lot more rather than involved.
So it was a very interactive programme.
I found it really, really brilliant. You and Simon are very inspirational. It helps almost become slightly introspective. As a personality, I'm very outgoing and I tend not to think about internal things. And actually there may be things, and have been things, that worry me, and how to address them and actually make things better, so that I can go out and feel better about issues that may come forward. They may be from work, they may be at home, dealing with staff, so it's been great fun. And the best thing about it are the people around the table. It's always the way. A problem shared is a problem solved. And they come from completely different walks of life. I'm a veterinary surgeon, but problems tend to be fairly similar. But somebody may have had the experience to deal with something that I've been dealing with at this moment in time, failing. And those little tips have been really, really good. And it's great to get out of the office and think of things in a different perspective.
First one was tough. First day was tougher than the other, but I think that's because I wasn't totally aware of what I was going to expect. But today's been great, and the fact that I could go away and read the material after session one, and I've already started rolling it out to members of my team. So I've got a team of 15 that I was looking after, and it's a department of 60. So I'm actually intending to roll out some of the things that we've done today and on day one to others, because I can know there's areas that will really help them.
So between workshop 1 and workshop 2, you utilised the information and applied it.
So I wrote to Chrissy and said, can she send me certain pages?
Great.
Had a team meeting and I actually rolled it out and got them to do 2 of the exercises.
Great.
Which was really good, particularly the happiness scenario, because I have somebody that's on the team who I wanted to argue really strongly that you don't need to be healthy to be happy because of his personal circumstances. So it's been really good and it's been really helpful, and the difference in me and the difference in the team that have already started to do this is great.
When I went to work, I spoke to my manager about progressive, and he had no idea. So if I hadn't have spoken to him after having the confidence from day one, he wouldn't know where I'd want to go in the company right now.
So from day one, when we discussed confidence and building and growing confidence and where it came from, from that learning you took that away and employed that in your business.
I did.
Fantastic. And taking the programme as a whole, what were some of the highlights of the programme?
The highlights, I like the happy people and circumstances. I didn't expect it. It opened my eyes a little bit. Thought maybe it would be health. You need to be healthy to be happy, but you don't. You need to be married.
That's one way to look at it, I suppose.
Yeah.
There we go. So you enjoyed the discussions about happiness and the learning around happiness. Fantastic. So moving forwards, how are you going to take the learning from the UCWS programme and apply it?
On me.
On you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a good, useful tool.
My bag's big enough now.
Okay, great. Well, listen, thanks, and best of luck for the future.
Thank you.
Cool.
Being a vet, I understand physiology, so I understand stress and anxiety from a biological point of view. I don't think I get stressed in many areas, but then suddenly I'm thinking, well, actually, I do get stressed, and actually not sort of tying in the physiological effects, that actually they are beneficial to an extent. But I'm a passionate skier, but I hate doing something too steep, and I can get into this sort of spiral where actually I start to self-doubt, think I'm going to die, I'm going to fall off the edge of the world, and I'm going skiing on Saturday. So I've actually sort of come up with a series of things that I'm going to try in order to overcome that, and actually take it head on, because I love skiing and I'm a competent skier. But actually I'll see whether I can stop this worry that I'm going to fall off the edge of the world and die, because realistically I never have, and hopefully I never will. Yeah, and I think that's the real sort of the power of it and why it's so beneficial. But I've come here to try and improve my business, but there are things that actually it is very personal. It's trying to sort of help myself benefit and improve myself. Yes, I have weaknesses, but I also have strengths. And what you and Simon have been able to sort of say, focus on the strengths. Life's a lot better that way, and it is. That if you have to deal with weaknesses, well, deal with them, but don't make them grow into being a problem. Or if they are becoming a problem, balance that with something that actually is a great strength. To think, oh, but I am really good at that, and how can I potentially make my weaknesses improved, but also show to other people that my strengths actually completely outweigh that, and those are the things that we should all be focusing on. And then we'd end up having a much more positive outlook on life. And we don't need to have all the negativity in the press. We can create our own positivity.
Because I'm a great one for self-doubt, and it's about thinking traps. Me, every single time, thinking traps is what I do and fall down into them every time. And it's knowing and being aware of those, so it's not doing that so much. And if I start feeling that I'm doing it, it's stopping myself. So consequently, I'm not getting sleepless nights because I'm not getting so stressed.
So moving forward, how might you use the information on this programme?
Well, for me, I just want to reread it, reabsorb it, and then action plan it a little bit more. But then also start to talk to the team about it. There's new team leaders that are working with us at the moment. They've not done things like line management before, so giving them that little bit of information, getting them to use like what motivates people access, the exercise for that, so that they can see and understand what drives individual members of their team to help them relate to an individual rather than a team member.
Oh, go for it. That if there are things that you're absolutely positive, you have no worries in your whole life, your relationships at home are fantastic, work is just a dream, I think you'll probably still come on and have fun by meeting other people and be able to sort of help give your information. But realistically, every single one of us has something that isn't going quite right, and just may not be able to find a mechanism to solve that problem. Coming on this course has sort of given different sort of techniques that I had absolutely no idea about, that I can sort of take away and actually evolve, make use of, throw away, but just lots of different things that actually I can make use of to make things feel better. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's definitely worth doing. I mean, that you can get so much value from it, not just on the day, but also referring back to the material all the time. You know, having the fallback that if you want to pick up the phone, you can, means so much, because, you know, you might not have a scenario that you need to use it immediately, but then you might have to go back to it a couple of weeks, a couple of months later, and you think, hang on, what did we do there? To be able to pick up the phone and go, I just need to talk about this. It just gives you that level of reassurance and makes everything a lot more less stressful and more worthwhile.